I have been called to talk and live by God. Reach down in the dirt and grab the hand of my fellow American addict and pull them out. Lead and inspire men that have been to prison that are now labeled felons. And this morning I found myself in the gym talking to a young lady, a kindergarten teacher, and I told her, I haven't been a good dad. She scoffed. I said, you know, I made my daughter eat nachos in prison for 3 or 4 years, but I've overcome that. And it's our children. Right? See, I got a word for you today, and it's children. And it's the natural resource of our land. It's renewable, right? And the fascinating thing, the vulgar thing of this American nation is that the drug cartels, and this is speculation, have now seen the selling and moving and transporting of narcotics move to the number 2 position. See, those people don't have no money. You gotta remake the product, right? You gotta move the product over the border again. You've gotta put it on the streets, right, where there's gunfare. But the number 1 commodity that they sell now is our children. They make more money trafficking our children than they do drugs. And what does that say about America? Because America is not only the number 1 consumer of drugs, but it's the number 1 nation that consumes children that are trafficked. Listen, folks, we got to remove the evil from our lands. Yeah, I may have been in prison. I may have made my daughter eat nachos and pint-sized ice creams with me with surrounded armed guards where she had to walk through a screener. But by God, I love her, and I will stand with her. And often we may be in disagreement, but that's my daughter. And lo and behold, if one man should try to do some weird stuff, even at the age of 16, because there is a great force that's going to stand between that person and God. And that would be her daddy. And that would be the day that that man met his creator. And we need to stand up as a nation. We need to understand that our children are our greatest resource. And the cartels and the evil and the predators, they know that that is the renewable resource. See, they can sell that child over and over again, but they can only sell that dope one time. And I'm here to stand with millions like me to tell you, the cash register's closed, buddy. We're going to open up the electric chairs. Because I think it is the most perverse thing before our faith that you would consider doing some weird something with a child, with a baby, with a young one, right? You would take their innocence in your hand and some progressive, vulgar notion, and then converse your evil upon their bodies, and then what? Ruin them for life? Not on my watch today. And not on the watch of my brothers and sisters. And not on the watch from people from North Carolina. And not on the watch from the people on the border. We stand in unison. You shall not touch our children again. This is a great nation of great people, and we're coming out of the ground. And I reached down there like I did that addict, and I'm going to pull you out because I am going to set the example. I am going to set the tone. I am going to stand up and say, no more. Hallelujah. And it even comes out, I like Matt Gaetz. But the rumor about Matt Gaetz, and get this, the House is deliberating whether or not they're going to release the ethics report. Listen, you don't have a right to deliberate. You release the report. You work for us. We're tired of your redacted statements. We want to know the truth, and we demand it, or you will lose your job. And we'll find somebody else. But the rumor about Matt Gaetz is that there's numerous women, which, hey, He's a good-looking man. And there may be some drug use. And hey, I get that too. But the confounding evidence that stopped him in his track is that there's a 17-year-old girl that he may or may not have been involved with. And Matt Gaetz, you're on the radar, buddy. Because you, as a grown man, should not even be looking at anybody that might be 18. You're in your 40s. What's wrong with some 30-year-old yum-yum? And we need to stand against that, and we need to feed those people into the wood chipper on public television and set the tone. Strong, strong actions. Strong, strong remedies to rid this land of our evil. Our children are ours. They are not yours. And they will not be your resources to peddle around to evil men. Bet that. Fluid English.